Welcome to part 3 of the Botanical Journal process video, and I've gotten a few things done and I'm going to show you how I did it. I've left some parts of it to show you. Thank you so much for watching, and everyone that has just subscribed, and I just really appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoy putting this journal together if you're following along. And so let me just show you some of the progress that I've made. I've had to go out of town and we had the Memorial Day, so I kind of been a little bit set back, but it's okay. Let me put these over here. I've got all the flips prepared. I've got a couple more things to do on these. So there's 4 flips in this journal. These are made with file folders, and this is what they look like. And so these go on the front, and these 2 will go on the back. And I have attached I've attached some of the closure. I have attached the first tag, as you can see there. And I've actually sewn the closure. It's going to be covered, and I hope you can see that. I've sewn around the edge of the journal right here. And then I've sewn on this for the hitch post for the back, to hitch onto this one, because it will be like this, and it'll hitch over. And this will be covered as well. And I've coffee dyed the back of the tags. I've printed them out, sewn around them, and put the coffee dyed paper on the back. So this is just the hemp cord that I showed in part 1. And as you can see, it's still raw on the inside. I will be putting in the fabric probably here in the next couple of videos. I'll be adding the fabric. And so just hold that on. I decided not to use the matte medium. I wanted to go ahead and leave it shiny with the gold. And there's quite a bit of work to do on the pages, so I want to do the pages and then we'll sew those in last. I have printed out some of the digital kit pages in a 5x7. And these need to be folded and inked up. And that's what they're going to look like. This is that flea market kit from Pink Monarch. And all of the links are in the first and second video. I'll go ahead and add them in the description for this one as well. I'll just keep on adding them to the next parts of these videos. So let's put these over here. I have my fabric ready because I was going to show you how I sew these tags onto the cover, because these have to be sewn on first. And I took that pattern paper, and you can do it however you want. I'm just copying the first journal that I made. I'm trying to get it almost exactly the same. And so what I would like to do is, because I want that gold to show through, I would like to glue this flip inside the cover right here. And then that way, when it's open, you'll be able to see that gold. I just think that's really pretty. And then this one goes over here. So these would flip up. They flip like this. And that's what it'll look like. So I'll put this on before I cover it with fabric on the inside. So let me put these to the side. I also wanted to show you my process for how I do my coffee dyed back tags. I just use a glue stick and I glue it onto a piece of coffee dyed paper, and then I'll just go ahead and cut these out, and then I'm going to sew around each one of them. And then here's these. Alright, so there's that. So what I would like to do first is go ahead and just sew this tag on, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so I need to cut my fabric to the size. This is pretty much the size that I need already, and I'm not measuring, I'm just guessing, but I'll tell you how much it ends up to be. Let's see, this is it's about 3.5 inches across, and it's 5 1/4 tall. Let's see, that was, I know I made the back one a little bit bigger, so this is a little bit wider. So I'm going to go ahead and trim it down a little bit. And then I'm going to trim off this. And the beauty of it is the imperfection, so it doesn't have to be perfectly square, because what I'm doing is I'm ripping some of the thread out of these to make it look rough. So I just pull some of these strings out to make it look, raw edge. Whatever I can get out. It's raining again today. Really dark and cloudy. All right. It's a little bit finicky, but we'll get there. Let's see. Getting it off here we go. All right. All right, so got that done. And now we're going to first, we're going to sew this onto the tag. So tag first, then to the cover. And I'm just going to guess, I want to sew it on to where I have a little bit of room to fill it up. Not too high, but about this, like this. So probably about 1.25 inches. I'm going to sew it on there in the center it up. I'm just going to use a straight stitch for this. And I can feel the threads with my finger underneath the fabric so I know I don't go too far over. Okay, there it is. Let me just trim it up here. Get these threads off real quick. I lost my, you know, when you're crafting, you lose your stuff on your own desk and you think, oh, I lost it for good. No, it was on my desk, but I misplaced my inker. So I had got this from a thrift store. It's really old. It said 50 cents. So I glued one of the pads onto this and it works good. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and get this sewn on here. So I want to leave room for my collaging here on this side. So I'm going to go in to about right here, leave about 1 inch on this side, and leave a spine in here for this mini flip tag close back part here. And that looks about good to me. So now, and this, you can guess on where it's supposed to go. So now what I want to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to sew straight down here and get that attached. No, actually I'm going to start here and go all the way around this way. That way I can do a full square. Alright, here we go. And my machine is a workhorse, and I put a bigger needle onto my machine so that I can go through these thick pieces. And you will have to bend your cover up a little bit on your machine. It's a little bit tricky, but it's not that much to sew, so it'll be okay. Okay. Turn it around. get all these threads off here. Okay. And there it is. That's what it looks like there. There's that room for me to put my piece of trim that I want to put on here. And it can be stuffed. And then the hitch post is going to go here. And this will be collaged over, so this can flip up over that hitch post. Alright, so that is how I did the tags. Left room for it there, and it's not perfect, which it's what I like. Here, this can be a little slip pocket tuck spot, and this can be a little tuck spot here. All right, so that is the construction of the cover part of it. Then I want to go ahead and just cut a few of these out here. And I do that on here. I'm going to go ahead and leave real tiny edge just for the look of it. I think it looks nice when you leave a little bit of the coffee dyed paper peeking out. And I find it really relaxing to cut out these pieces too. It's pretty enjoyable. I usually watch a show or let a show play. I like to watch old sitcoms like Mary Tyler Moore, Taxi. I'll just let them play in the background, and I work really well listening to those. So maybe you could comment down below what your favorite thing to listen to is while you're crafting. I know some people like to listen to audiobooks or music. So this is how they come out here. Alright, so I'll do the rest of these off camera, not to bore you with all that cutting. And then I'll do one of these. The good thing about glue stick is you can sew through it. The Fabri-Tac is a little bit harder to sew through, and that's one of the reasons I put a larger size needle. I think it was a 12, but to go through these thick papers and fabrics, and some of the Fabri-Tac, sometimes I have to sew through it after it's completely dry. As long as I don't push it too hard and I go kind of medium slow, it'll work. All right. I like this glass mat. It's Pin and Gear. I got it from Walmart. It's good to get dirty because you can clean it up every time. I don't like getting Fabri-Tac on my black mat. So when I'm using Fabri-Tac, I like to put this piece of glass down. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to do a straight stitch around these. If you started the process with me, let me know in the comments. I'd like to know how you're starting, or if you're following along and you're enjoying these process videos. If you like it, let me know. I'd be real excited to know if you're doing this with me. It makes me feel like I'm on the right track. I've never really done a process video, so it'd be nice to know if I'm doing a good job. You gotta go in a little bit because I went over a little bit too far on that one. Okay, there we go. This is what they're supposed to look like. And then just ink up the edges of the coffee dyed. I already inked up the tags after I cut them out. And I'll show you how I ink up things really fast, so to save time, because inking does take quite a bit of time. So I have a little thing I do to ink everything up. I just love this. It's so easy to hold. I think I like it better than my tool. Okay, so now I want to take some of these and I want to show you. I like to ink my pages, so what I do is I'll twist the paper. Let's see if I can, I think I need to open it up here. So you just do the paper like this, you wiggle it and get the papers exposed. Like that. And then you just ink them up. And then twist it this way. It may not catch every single one, but that's okay. That's part of it. Makes it look nice and vintage. And then I just do this with all of them, back and forth and all around. And then later I'll just do it around the inside. So there you go. That's how you ink them all up at once and not individually. Really easy. Okay, what else was I going to show you? Okay, so I need to fussy cut 2 butterflies. Ugh. Let's see. Here they are. I want... Okay, so I got this one cut out, and then I want another one. I think it was this one right here. Now this is part of the page from the Woodland Diaries. It's a journal page, number 5. And I cut it long ways to get ready to cut these out. And that's how I did that. So and I'm going to need my natural mica for the flips. I'm going to do one here. This one goes on the... Okay, I'm going to do one here, and then one for one of the back flaps. So you just fussy cut these little butterflies out. I don't know. It's so quiet today. It's out there sprinkling, and it's really a little bit humid and a little bit cool. Okay, so this is going to go here, and this little butterfly will go on, I believe it's on this one. Yeah, it'll go on this one. But what I did was, and you can iron these on a light setting to straighten them out. That coffee dyed paper makes them kind of wrinkly, but it's okay with me. You can also punch holes in them and put a little ribbon on them. So, wait, this is the silver. Oops, I need the natural. There's the natural. And I just need a couple of pieces for this. And these do, I noticed these come apart. You can peel them apart. It takes a minute. It's a little finicky. Anyway, I'm not gonna go through all that right now. Let me just go ahead and get a couple of pieces on. Because this is what I did in the other journal. It's really messy too. Keep that in mind. It's a little bit messy. And let me get my glue. And bear with me just one moment here. I misplaced my glue bottle. I just filled it up and I don't know where it's at. Happens all the time. But that's okay. I'll see it here in a minute. So I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac for this mica. And then a little bit for the butterfly. And there it is. That mica is really pretty. There's a lot of possibilities with that. Alright, so let's see. We went ahead and looked at the covers. We've looked at the tags. And we sewed on the fabric. What else? Sewed the tags. Worked on the flips. And the next video, I'm going to work on the pages. So what we'll do is I'll get the pages and work on them individually and sew around them, and then we will do some decorating whenever we sew the signatures in. We'll do a little bit more decorating while it's sewn into the book, but a lot of it will be done when it's still raw and not sewn in.